You know, this is a time of year, despite the snow, that people start thinking ahead about
Roses.
spring with their lawns and their plants and what you can do to get things ready. So we want to talk with Nicole Forbes with Dennis 70s Landscaping and Garden Centers. Nicole, you're going to have some tips for us on what to start with now. But first of all, I see you have some rose bushes here.
You know, it's hard to talk about roses in the winter with the flowers, but it's absolutely time to put roses in the ground.
Can I start with a question?
Do.
So when we start cutting these back in the fall initially, can you go too low? I mean, I see these are all cut really low.
So now, President's Day typically is the time, although we were snowed in for President's Day. So now is the time to get out and do the spring pruning for your roses. And really, pruning roses is all about us. Okay. Which is one, you know, yay. The rose will grow fine if we don't prune it.
I do have a confession. I never pruned my roses. I planted them last spring, didn't know much about them, haven't pruned them at all. I know. Is it too late if they're looking pretty bad?
No, now is the perfect time to prune them. So when we prune in the fall, we do more like storm, you know, mitigation and limiting the damage to them. But this is the time of year where we prune to then allow for the season's worth of growth that's going to come on.
See, Nicole's supportive. She's supportive of me.
I'm totally supportive.
Where do you even start?
You can't go wrong. So first of all, they're going to put on 3 to 5 feet of growth in a year.
Okay.
And then they bloom. Most hybrid tea and floribunda roses bloom on the current year's growth. So if we don't prune them, the flowers will be up 10 feet in the air and we won't be able to appreciate them. So when we prune to this low and they grow 3 to 5 feet tall, guess where the flowers end up? Right where we want them. So we may be looking at roses that are waist high, chest high this time of year. And we want to take them down to, this is a hard prune. So this is, you got the tools.
So we use this one or what's this big one for?
The thicker the cane, the thicker the stalks, the bigger the tool.
Okay.
So I try not to put rude gestures on air, but I do tell people if it's thicker than your middle finger, then you need to scale up from here.
Up there.
I tried, exactly. Mama taught me right.
If you move into a property and they haven't taken care of the roses, I recently got one of these, and these are great if you really need to trim some really old bushes.
You feel like a superhero with these. This pruning saw is sharpened on every edge, so the teeth cut as you push and as you pull.
So it's okay to just go up and do that on a rose bush, or you need to clip?
No, the thicker the canes, you want to use either the loppers or go on into the pruning saw and get in there.
You with the saw kind of scares me.
I like the saw.
But as long as we're in this small, we can go ahead and use our hand pruners. If they're not sharp enough, we need to get them sharpened and tuned up for the season. So this next Saturday at Dennis 70s, Portland Rose Society is going to be there from 12 to 3. Free sharpening of your hand pruners to get you tuned up.
Yes. What about putting new ones into the ground? I come to your nursery, I get some new ones. When's the best time to get those into the ground?
Ask. This is the time to do it.
Right now.
Now.
Don't have to worry for the last freeze.
We don't have to worry about the last freeze. It's one of the things that we can do while we're waiting for some other, weather to kick in. New roses to add. This year's new official rose for the Portland Rose Festival.
That's this one?
That's Dress Blues.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
So another way to celebrate, of course, our service members as well as the Portland Rose Society. And then we just brought some of our other favorites. Sugar Moon, an amazing fragrant white rose that's been a previous year's Rose Festival rose. Firefighter, another red hybrid tea, great for cutting, classic. And then while supplies are lasting, we have David Austin roses, which are those classic English roses.
We're getting a hard rap, but they need sun, right?
They need full sun, 6 hours minimum.
Wherever you put them in your yard, full sun.
Well, you know, Dennis 70s Landscaping, the place to go for all your questions. Nicole Forbes, thank you so much. I'm going to get to work this next week.
Thank you, Nicole.
Careful.
Careful, put that down.